Hey now, everybody! Welcome to Hot Book Alert Live. I think we're running late by a couple of minutes. I'm sorry about that.
Sorry to keep you guys waiting. It was my fault, so don't blame it on Mercer.
Well, we were having a conversation, so but uh, what was I saying? I forget. But we have a great show for you tonight. Um, the latest and the greatest in comic books and comic book stuff. Joining me once again, I'm Mercenot, and joining me once again is Mr. Long Short. How you doing? How was your week, man?
Week wasn't bad, man. It wasn't like the greatest comic book week of all time. Although, I did pick up my third Gwenpool sketchbook. Those things are super rare. They're only available in Japan. And I wasn't going to pull the trigger on it because I've got two already, but it came with another book. And if anybody's interested, I may be selling that one.
Yeah.
So I picked that up. Like I said, that book rarely shows its head ever.
Yeah.
I grabbed it because it was cheaper than what I paid for the other two, and it came with another book. So but beyond that, it wasn't the greatest comic week of all time that I can think of. But yeah, man, I'm excited about some cons this summer, man. Terrificon's coming up here. It's probably the best con I've ever been to. It's at Mohegan Sun in Connecticut, like a world-class casino. And I'm going to try to get there this year with more than an hour to spare. So, but that's in August. So we got a ways to go.
Hell yeah. Okay, so can you hear me through the mic?
Yeah, man, you're loud and clear, man.
It feels like I can't hear myself.
I mean, you're coming clear through from me, but the chat let us know otherwise.
Heroes Were Born. Thank you, man. What's up? I appreciate
Thanks,
it.
Heroes, man. Hit me up.
Okay. All right. So Igor says, what took so long? Did eBay ban keep running late? An eBay bid. Speaking of, there's something that I want to bid on tonight. I think it ends at around 11. It ends at around.
We better be done by 11, man. I got to get some fucking sleep. But
yeah, but I got my alarm on. It's set, so we're gonna rock and roll with that. But yeah, man. Okay, so my week was, gosh, my week was. It was like mishaps where like I wanted to go and search for comics, and I did so. It was like on a Tuesday, right? And I was just like, maybe because like going out for Free Comic Book Day weekend, it gave me the itch to want to go back out. You know what I mean? And keep that streak. And
it's a drug, man. Once it gets in your veins, you need more of it, you know?
Uh-huh. Okay, so I'm out, and the store that I go to, they were like, I only found like 2 books, and I was just like, this wasn't worth the trip. And I'm on the way back, so I'm leaving out of their parking lot, and I just hear, and I'm looking at the air pressure, tire pressure, and it's at like 0, and I have a complete flat, and there's a nail sticking right out of the tire.
Dude, fuck.
So I just inflate it as much as I can. I got like a little air compressor in the trunk. Inflate it as much as I can, make it home. And I was just so disgusted with the day. So I'm just like, I'll worry about this tomorrow. Worry about it tomorrow. So we got it taken care of.
Picking up a nail sucks, man. That happened to me like a month ago on tires that were relatively new. I'm like, what are the fucking chances like this thing gets a nail in it? But
yeah.
So the compressor that you have, man, like I used to have. So how do you run? Is it run out of like the cigarette charger or
Yeah,
something?
cigarette charger. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. It's one of those.
All right.
Just just something. I think it costs like $27 or something like that, or AutoZone. But yeah. After that, I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna chill out for the next few weeks. There's a convention on June 1st, and that's where the new season starts. I'm taking a break after that. You know what I mean? I'm done searching for comic unless there's like a Facebook post from a store. They get a killer collection, a super sale, or just something really cool in. I'm staying home. I'm like next to this.
It's
So
crazy. I've been waiting all year for the summer for the cons and stuff, and I'm looking through what's coming up, and there's nothing. Like Terrificons out there. There's a couple of
mhm.
smaller ones on the horizon. But there's like the irony is they get Fan Expo in Boston, right?
Yeah.
And it sucks. But every year I get sucked into going. And I'm glad I did last year because I found that Bruce Timm Luke Cage book, right? One of my best finds ever. But the irony is they're running Fan Expo the same weekend as Terrificon. Thinking to myself, what comic dealers are going to be at Fan Expo? Like, there's no way. Like, anybody in this area who
Mhm.
wants to move comics is going to be at Terrificon. Like, Fan Expo, for the first time ever, may have no comic dealers. I don't know, man. Or anybody who's there, maybe they clean up because there's nobody else.
Well,
But
shit, man. It might be the guys that didn't make it, that couldn't get into Heroes Con.
I don't know, man. Like, they seem to take all comers. I mean, the floor there is enormous. It's
Mm.
freaking enormous. The space that they're in.
Okay,
I've
so
never
I was talking about this with Dino. Like for next year, like try to make it out there.
for Terrificon, man, dude. If you guys can
For
let me.
I'm sorry, for Heroes Con, for
Oh,
Heroes Con.
Heroes is where is Heroes? Heroes is in New Jersey?
North
In
Carolina.
North Carolina. Okay. Yeah.
Yep. Like for me, it's literally a straight shot down I-77.
Is it
Like
drivable?
yeah,
What
yeah.
is it? Six, 7?
I would say about 7. Like me and Mike B. We drove to Charlotte like about 15 years ago, and that was like it was like super doable.
All right.
So
It ain't drivable for me, but if you guys are both going, I've always wanted to go.
mhm.
Call usually goes to that one, and fuck it, I'll fly down if you guys end up going next year. So
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
talking
man.
about this year or
For next year,
next year?
yeah, because I don't have my ducks in a row,
Yeah.
relatively speaking, for that. But yeah, for next year, I really would like to go. I probably might have to take Sylvester with me. But all right. Are we ready to get into some hot books?
Yeah, man. Let's give the people what they came for.
All right. Let's shake that money maker for them. All right. Well, let's do some sales. Let's do some sales. Just some random sales here. Okay, so we have a Matt Baker True Love Pictorial number 2, CGC 6.5, that sold for $2,350. That's a great cover.
Man, any of these Matt Bakers, from teenage romances, true love pictorial, wartime romances, all of them, because these censuses are usually less than 30, are worth
Mm-hmm.
grabbing. I've been grabbing them left and right when I see them. This one's fantastic. But yeah, I would have bought 2,300's a lot, but
Yeah.
but I think if there's one, like, I think these are all just moving higher over time, man. I think these are all just going to move higher over time.
Look at the gams. That's what's up. I like just she's showing a lot of leg.
Yeah, man, and a lot of leg, and a lot of shoulder.
Mm-hmm. That's what's up right here. Like, to me, this is like, to me, the quintessential Matt Baker right here.
This cover or just the style?
This cover, this style and the cover.
Really, yeah. This is a great one, man. This one, I'm not surprised that it went for what it did.
Yeah.
But hey, Igor, I've never been to NYCC. Every year I get close because I'm in New York a lot for work.
Mm-hmm.
If I happen to make it, you'll be the first one to know.
How far are you from NYC?
It's about a 3-hour drive for me, but I can take a train. I mean, New York is accessible. It's just whether I can get there over the weekend or not. I got life gets in the way,
I got you. Yeah. Easy access. Pittsburgh Comic Show. Yes. Pittsburgh Comic Show. That's another one. Like, I always mean to go, but I always just kind of flake out just because of the 2-hour drive. But I would like to set up there. I gotta talk to my dealer buddy to see if he wants to do that, and I do it with him. So yeah. Or if not, then hopefully somebody can get me in early. I want to get in early. I don't want to wait in line. All right. Selma. She looks like Selma Hayek, which is not a bad thing. Yes. All right. Okay, so this is one of my favorite variants right here. I love this cover. I think I have 2 of them. So this is
sold mine not that long. I don't know why I decided to sell it. You're talking about the Spider-Man
yes.
life story. Yeah.
So this is the 1 in 25 variant. Is it Aiko? Is it an artist or a studio?
It's got to be an artist, I would think. It's got a great vibe to it. So I remember where I was when I found this thing digging, and it stopped me in my tracks. I found this one, and then the 90s one behind. The 90s one doesn't go for as much. Yeah. I think I sold the set for like $200, like 2 years ago, maybe. So like this purchase here seems like a pretty good deal.
Yes. So this sold for $70. This 1 in 25. It looks pretty clean. I mean, just from this little photo that I'm seeing right here. I mean, I don't know. Like, I know when I saw it, it's got the black suit. It's got the it's got that vibe to it. You know what I mean?
Oh man, this has got a brilliant vibe to it, man. This is trade dress is awesome. The whole thing looks like a freaking VHS cover from the 80s.
Exactly. Easily one of my favorite variants. And $70 looks like a really good price.
Yeah, somebody did well on this one for sure.
I think I might have 2 of these. I think. And this
book doesn't show up a lot. Dude. That you found 2 of these, that's pretty damn good.
I think I have 2, because I remember like looking in one of my boxes. I see it, and then I look at a box in like a different location, and there's another one. So I think there's 2. And this variant here, this Vampirella variant, number 2. This is a Joe Chiodo variant. I swear I have this.
I've got this one. I love Chiodo. I mean, all of his stuff. This one always felt undervalued to me. Some of his other ones go for more, but this one's always felt a little undervalued.
Yes,
these weren't heavily printed, right? These were the variants that are limited to like 1,500 or something like that.
Yeah. It even says it in the listing.
I can't freaking see that, but
Vampirella 2 limited to 1,500.
Yeah, I think these are good books to grab, man.
I swear I have. I say now I got to dig, and that's because I got like freaking long boxes everywhere. I mean, look at this. I was like digging the other day for shit to get rid of, and I mean everything is a mess. Hey cutie. We have a Sylvester sighting.
Sylvester makes an appearance.
Hey cutie, what you doing?
Sylvester, what's up, sweetie?
She's hungry.
She's digging in those long boxes, man. That's the problem. She's looking.
I know. Oh, it's my little sweetie pie. She's really hungry, but we got to do this show. So will you hang out with me for a little bit? But all right. So I swear I have this. I know I have this. Okay, what's next? All right. Amazing Spider-Man 31, first appearance of Gwen Stacy and Harry Osborn. Do you notice that this book is selling
So I'll
quite a
tell you
bit?
why I think it's selling. And this is not a fucking plug for Gwenpool,
Mm-hmm.
but this as the story goes, and it's not going to play out this way, I don't think. I've been talking with the writer a lot over the last couple of weeks. So the new Gwenpool series, allegedly, and like I said, I don't think it's going to play out this way because Gwenpool's super meta,
Yeah.
is that Gwen Stacy returns as the new version of Gwenpool. And that's just meta commentary because everybody thinks she is Gwen Stacy Deadpool. Gwenpool is not that. So I think this is just fucking with people. But I think it's because of that she's coming back on Wednesday. The first issue number 1 drops of that new series. But when it's all said and done, I don't think it's going to be Gwen Stacy at all.
Are you talking about the purple suit Gwen Stacy?
Yes, with the blades and all that. I just, people are all up in arms, as they should be. But like, I was talking with Kevin Scott. He seems like a reasonable dude.
Mm-hmm.
He's not like that fuck Jeremy Whitley. Can I just tell you why I think Jeremy, other than he's a fucking shitty writer, why he's such a fucking asshole? Can I just give 2 seconds on it?
Have at it, please.
The guy's a fucking loser. But I reached when he wrote that shitty Gwenpool fucking story on Marvel Unlimited. I just DM'd him saying, "Hey man, I had a couple questions." He didn't reply to me. He takes a screenshot of my fucking question and then he tweets it out to his fucking cronies, ripping me. I'm like, "You are such a fucking pussy, dude." And then he immediately blocks me. This is what he does. Anybody who questions, so he creates this echo chamber for himself. So he thinks he feels so fucking wonderful. And he literally fucking just did a screenshot and then like ripped me to his group. Look at this, fuck that dude, man. Fuck that guy. If you're watching, Jeremy, fuck you. But yeah, that's the reason why I hate the fucking guy so much. Honestly, that's why he's such a. I was honestly just a legitimate, straightforward question. He couldn't answer me. He screenshotted it and then fucking tweeted it out and then just fucking made a joke about it, the whole fucking thing. And fuck you, buddy. Like, go pound sand.
This is
Sorry.
Jeremy. This is Jeremy Whitley.
Outside of the fact that he can't write for shit,
he literally looks deranged.
Dude, he's fucked up, man. Whatever. To each their own. But that's the reason why I can't stand the fucking dude.
Yeah, I get it.
Now, Kevin Scott, whatever. I don't read a lot of his stuff. I don't know much about him, but I've actually had like a bunch of back and forth, and he seems like a perfectly reasonable guy. Is the series any good? We'll find out. But at least he seems like a normal dude. You know what I mean?
Being crash out. I love it.
Yeah, man. I'm crashing out, man. Sorry.
All right, but okay. So, do you think people are looking past this awful cover? People, it seems like people like are. I feels like I'm used to this cover anymore because
it's not a great cover, but I think it's that. And then also, I've noticed that her death issue is also selling reasonably well lately.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So I think it has to do with the series that comes out on Wednesday. There's no other reason why.
Okay.
That would be the case.
All right. Okay. So we've got one of my favorite books here. Sally Forth, number 8, the infamous Adam Hughes cover. And so this thing sold for $300 raw. It doesn't look like, okay, so from what I saw in the pictures, this thing is like chopped up along the spines, a lot of creases, a lot of ticks, but it's still sold for $300.
Dude, man, this book is another one of them that's kind of, taking on a life of its own a little bit. Okay, yeah, man, listen, guys, I'm sorry about the rant there, but like, I really, the fucking dude, man,
don't apologize for that. That was awesome. I loved it. We all loved it, and we all appreciate it. I know, right? Yeah. All right. Next up, we got 298s. 298s. for the same book. Okay, so we have Hit Monkey #1, second print sketch cover. I noticed this book got hot when that Hit Monkey show was announced, however many years ago. And I do have a copy that I actually like. I think I want to hold on to that. But so we have this 9/8 that sold on May 9th for $415. And then we have this other 9/8 that sold on May 10th for $250.
Yeah, that's a pretty big difference. This is not an easy book. I'm shocked there was that big of a difference. I mean, damn.
Yeah.
It's almost a 50, well, a 40% discount. Looks like somebody was just trying to get rid of it, maybe. I don't know. That's weird, man. Because if somebody's offering $415, I'm surprised the same guy saw it for $3, just wouldn't step in and buy it again, right? And then try to resell one of them.
Yeah, that's kind of strange. I don't know if this was I don't know if this book had always, well, I mean, okay, so this seller for the $250 copy, if you can't see, they only have like 3 in their feedback. So I don't know. Maybe they don't know what they're doing. Maybe, maybe they didn't trust the seller. So
yeah, man. Or it's just one of those things. I mean, the second one came a day after. I don't know if it was already out there. Or it was just a quick list, and somebody just, it could be one of those timing issues. Someone just wanted to move the book.
Exactly. All right. One of my this is a cover that I had. This Snake Eye Storm Shadow #19, Purple Rain variant.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Tony, man. He is the biggest collector I know of this homage.
I had this. Okay, so a 9.2 for a modern. For like, I guess you could call it, well, it came out in 2012, but to me it's a late modern. And for a 9.2, this thing still sold for $625.
Yeah, man, that's serious money for a 9.2. I wonder if at a 9.2, I wonder if you're better off just cracking this thing. I don't know. I mean, there's some of these rare variants, from this era that are still better slabbed, even at this grade. But
yeah, there's books just so hot. It really doesn't even matter what the grade is, as long as it's like reasonable. But yeah, that's a hell of a price for a 9.2. All right. Next is Incredible Hulk 377 third print. A raw copy sold for $310. I have this book. And so it's like, I remember finding a copy for $1 a long time ago. Then I found one for 50 cents a few months later. And then and then I found another one at a sale. I forget how much I paid for it. I think I paid like maybe $50. But unfortunately, like, I was gonna hold on to it, right? But it didn't have the insert.
Oh, no shit.
So the insert was missing. So I'm like, I can't keep this. So I let go of that. And then I found another one at the same store. And I forget how much I paid for it. I think it was like maybe $75. But I'm like, had the insert and it's staying in the collection.
Third print, Alex, is a completely different background. So the first print is like fluorescent green. The second print is black background. And this one is the lime green. I won this freaking thing on an eBay, an online Instagram sale. I had it for like $10. And everybody in the chat said, "Holy shit, great!" And the guy didn't send it. He just ghosted me. I don't think he realized what he had, but
yeah. But okay, so didn't this come? Okay, so this came out. Okay, so the original 377 and the second print for it came out in 91, right? And then this one, and then this third print came out in 1994.
Really? Was it? I didn't even realize that. Was it that far apart? Wow.
Yeah, yeah, because I don't remember ever seeing. Okay, so you can see the direct edition on the barcode, but I don't ever remember seeing that on like 90s, on early 90s books.
Okay.
You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
because I've got the newsy of the original,
Mm-hmm.
and I think the original had like the Spider-Man in it, right, or something
Yeah.
like that
Yes. Yes.
for the direct.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Wow, I never realized it came out that. I knew it came out later, but not almost 2 years later.
Yep. All right. Next up is Tim Holt, number 12. So this is the second appearance of the Golden Age Ghost Rider. He's not on the cover or anything like that, but I don't know. I thought it was interesting enough to talk about because I've never seen this cover before. I've never seen this book.
Yeah, I've
So,
never seen this, but I know you've got a soft spot for Golden Age Ghost Rider.
still looking for Tim Holt number 11. But yeah.
That's the one with the Zodiac?
No. So, Tim Holt 11 is the first appearance of Ghost Rider.
Okay.
And shoot, I want to say number 31 is the Zodiac.
Yeah, I think that sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Next up, so that one sold for $250. I don't know. It feels like it should have sold for more, but I there's probably nothing out there to really compare it to. You know what I mean? So
Westerns, I think, are a big opportunity, kind of like romance.
mhm.
And romance is definitely starting to heat up. When I go to cons now, because I always look for them, people come up and say, "Hey, you got romance? You got romance?" Or when I ask them, "Hey, you got any romance?" The guy's like, I get asked that a lot. I got them at home and I didn't bring them. So that's heating up. Westerns aren't there, but I would say the Westerns with the girls on it, particularly if they're dressed up in like that classic Western burlesque, like whatever style that would be, like that seems probably
the showgirl.
Yeah, the showgirl, like low hanging fruit, I think.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. 1000%. Yes. Yeah. All right. What's next? Okay, so we got some pulps here. We're talking about pulps before the show started. Okay, so we've got a Weird Tales 1936 that sold for a 5.5, number 148. I can't see what date it is, what month it is. But this 5.5 sold for $425.
Wow.
That's a nice cover.
That's a good deal, I think, man. Because I mean, a lot of the pulps, they peak out. I mean, not all of them, but they peak out at like 6.5s. A lot of I don't know what the sense is on this one, but a 5.5 is a pretty solid grade. For a pulp.
You know what? Okay, so when it comes to romance, I blame me because I'm such a guru for romance. I started that trend. Pat myself on the back.
I would say that is 100% true. I mean, Merce and I has been talking about romance books for 10 years, maybe not quite. I mean,
I would say about
8 years
since probably 2020. No, probably even 2018 because I was into. I think it was the Linda Carter student nurse book that started it, that kickstarted it. So ever since then, and then like around 2020 is when I started going a little bit harder. But yeah, I love this one. This Weird Tales book. Great colors on it. Great composition and subject matter. Anytime you got a hot chick on the cover, I'm with it. And speaking of hot chicks, look at this one. So this is from 1952. This is a little bit later, but still a good cover. So this is Planet Stories from 1952. I can't tell the date on that one or the month on that one either, but that looks good.
Beautiful, yeah, man.
She's blowing something.
I grabbed the Schomburg Planet Stories. Was it Planet Stories? No, I take it back. A fantastic story, Schomburg, the other day for $8. It's a Schomburg. It's not the greatest cover ever, but it's not bad.
What year is that?
So this has got to be in the 40s. It doesn't say on the. I could crack it open, but this has got to be in the 40s, I would think. I don't think this is the 40s, but for $7.99, why the hell not?
For that was only $8.
Yeah,
nice. That's beautiful.
I mean, I'm sorry, I don't want to get too graphic, but they put like the "it's cold in there" look on her with the you can't see it with the glare, but it's her nipples are poking through like
ding 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 like that. Nice. All right, and look at this one.
I've never seen that one.
Detective Story Magazine. So this is April 1931. So this is a death cover, Grim Reaper cover. That looks hot right there. I love this. And this looks like it's in really rough shape.
For a grand, damn. Liger, it's perfectly reasonable, man, till you think about orange juice when we start talking about pulp. You want your orange juice with or without pulp?
Yes. I've been digging the weird tales lately. Yeah, the weird. I would say if you're trying to get into pulps, Weird Tales would be the best place to start.
Or any of the spices.
If you can find them, yes.
Yeah, Spicy Detective, Spicy Adventure, Spicy Western, any of those.
Okay, so this sold for more than $1,000, and look at this. Look at the condition.
I've never seen. I mean, I look at a lot of pulps, man. I've never seen this, so I'm not surprised.
This thing is destroyed, and look at he's got his mouse.
Keeping the
I mean, it feels like it's just gonna fall apart in your hands, but still, wow. April 25th, 1931. Wow. 94 years ago. Beautiful stuff.
Almost 100 years old. That is nuts.
Pushing 100. All right. What's next? Okay. So we talked about this on Long Story Short this week. And
this week, but we talked about it 5 months ago. Like, we were talking about this fucking book 5 months ago before anybody was like, I couldn't find it. I was not saying like you could buy it, but like we did cover this thing a while ago. And I'd be careful with these sales, but I know people love this guy, Gary V.
Yeah.
I didn't even know who the fuck he was. This is how out of touch with the world I am. I watched some of his videos, man. He just seems like a fucking shyster to me, like just selling a dream. Like
okay. Alex, thank you so much. $10 super chat. I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much.
What's up, bro?
The show. Love to learn about old books that I need to look for. Thank you all. Hell yeah. We got this show and also Long Story Short on Nearing Nirvana Thursday nights. Me, Mr. Long Short. Also, we got Red Hood. We got Aaron Yee. We break it down. We go hard. Just like tonight. We go hard. But thank you so much.
That's awesome, Alex, man. Thanks, brother. Good to see you.
All right. Okay. So just based off the cover here, right? And like the description that you gave on Long Story Short, and seeing like this guy's face, why is this guy's face on the fucking cover?
Because I mean, he's a big promotional dude, I guess. Like I said, I feel like everybody seems to know him. Yeah. I didn't. I watch some of his videos. I'm like, man, this guy doesn't give me the right vibes. I know he inspires a lot of people to go out and live their dreams or whatever, but I think this dude was kind of born with a silver spoon in his mouth. And it's
Oh,
easy to tell people to go like live your dreams and do what you want to do when you're fucking rich. But I don't know, like
okay.
something
So
about
the vibe that I got off of this was some guy's get rich quick scheme that like might have paid off finally. That's
I
what it
don't know.
feels like. That's what it felt like to
I
me.
was looking at like these characters and like
Uh-huh.
people hate on this book. I would actually, because I like Campbell, like I don't hate the book, to be honest with you. I wouldn't be paying this kind of money for it, but I don't actually hate the book. Um, but like the characters are kind of hokey. It's just like alliteration. It's like, some animal that starts with a letter and then he puts some adjective in front of it. You know what I mean? Like it's just,
Yeah.
there's nothing particularly clever about it for me. But whatever, man, to each their own. I don't want, like, I'm not trying to, I don't know, this dude, it just felt a little sleazy to me, but
Yes, yes, exactly. I know the fact that he put his face on the fucking cover, like that's just a little much for me.
yeah, man, he's a promoter, he's just one of these big time promoters, it seems like.
Okay. All right. Good for him. More power to you. All right. What's next? Okay, so Journey into Mystery number 83. We have a VG minus copy that sold for $4,661. Are you at all interested in owning a copy if you don't already?
I don't own it. I know this sounds terrible, and I want to be careful with my words here. These Silver Age keys do very little for me. And it's not because I don't love the characters. Like
Mhm.
honestly, like it laid the groundwork for like what I enjoy most in comics. But in terms of their scarcity, it's just not enough for me to be attracted to them. And I know that sounds terrible. Like these books are generally fairly plentiful. Um, and it's an awesome book in its own right. Like I'd only buy something like this at a ridiculously deep discount. And that's not because I don't think it's cool. The stuff I'm drawn to personally is just much more scarce than something like this.
I get what you're saying. Um, like if this were 10 years ago, I would have like, you know, creamed my jeans for something like this, right? But now is like the comic book world is just opened up so much. There's just so many different covers, so many other rarities and beautiful things to kind of draws your attention away that I get what you're saying. I get what
I
you're
mean,
saying.
of the 3 books on this
Hmm.
slide right here, the 2 on the right for me would come over the Thor. And that's not a knock on Thor. Like I love
Yeah,
the character. I would rather have either one of those books over that one, even though that's the highest priced book on this list, if that makes any sense.
I totally understand. And next up is Spider-Man #1 Gold UPC. This is another book that I had. And I got this graded back in 2018. Got a 9.8 on it and sold it at the time. Like as soon as I got it, I sold it for $750.
Wow. Yeah, I would love to have this book of all the versions of like homages, whatever. Like I
Yes.
like this gold one a lot. I've always liked this gold one a lot. The platinum one is
Hmm.
probably a close second for me, but I love this gold one. And Chad, Kirby is a legend. I love the man. It has nothing to do with Kirby. It just has to do with God, it sounds like such a dick. I'm not that into Silver Age. And I know it's in many ways the backbone of the entire hobby. I'm just not that into it.
Yeah. But
I know that sounds terrible. It's not because I hate it. It's just like it's big bucks and it's common. I just feel like you're going to get stuck holding a bag on that stuff one day. Maybe 30, 20, 30 years from now. I don't know. But like, I just feel like you know, that is the biggest risk in the market.
Well,
And
if you're
that's,
paying the premium for it,
yeah, if you can find this stuff cheap,
yes,
I would buy it all day long. I'm
Mhm.
just not willing to pay market on most of this stuff.
Yes. Okay, and but okay, so back during the crazy time, so this Spider-Man UPC was going for what, $3,000?
Yeah. And when I saw this 9.8, I'm thinking, God damn it, I would have bought this. I think $1,000 for this seems really low.
Uh-huh. And
I'm gonna look
okay,
it up.
so this is after 40 bids. This is after 40 bids on this, mind you.
I would not be auctioning a book. I mean, like, I don't know, man. I'm just gonna look this up real quick because I want to
Okay.
say this thing went meaningfully higher. Give me 1 sec.
Okay.
Hey, and listen, chat. I don't need shit about Arsenal, man. Like, they suck. I'm pissed off about them. Like, I don't need to hear it. All right, bro. Just cut me some slack.
Hey, are the Celtics playing tonight?
No, they finally fucking showed up. But no, they play tomorrow, I believe.
Okay.
All right, so this book peaked in the insanity. It was only 2,500. I thought it went
Okay.
higher, but that looks like the high on this one.
Hmm.
But that one for 1087 is the low since like late 2020, early 2021. So somebody got a pretty good deal on that book.
Okay. Okay, so they asked, what about DC Silver? I think that's even worse. That's literally like with the exception of a handful, like literally a handful of books from DC, like DC Silver Age is just like gross.
I don't
Like,
dislike. I'm just not willing to pay the money for books that are that common. That's my problem with silver. It's not because I don't love what it represents, because I do. It's like the backbone of like what I love in the hobby. It's just too plentiful for the asking price for me. That's all.
Indy and DC play tonight. Yeah. So what's the score? I'm just like, dude, wake me if they make it to the finals. Like, because I remember like when like during LeBron's playoff run, like the first time, from the early 2000s, late, to like 2009, and then you had this latest LeBron playoff run with the Cavs. It was just like it was so many series to go through. You know what I mean? And those things lasted weeks. It was like three separate series before the finals, and each series lasted like 2-3 weeks. It's just like it's too much, man. It's too much. So wake me when the Cavs, if they make it to the finals. I'm not that interested.
Yeah,
All right.
this Golden Age is cover buys. You're basically buying, for the most part, just amazing art. And I totally hear you. I totally hear you with that. But some of those artists from that era were so unique, and those books were they're still so hard to come by. I'm willing to take that gamble, but you make a very good point.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Cavs are getting beat by well over 40.
43. Holy shit.
Damn. Okay. Well, I guess wait till next year. All right. Next up is Witchcraft number 5 from I forget what year this is. But so this 4.5, this CGC 4.5 sold for $950.
This is an awesome book, man. I've always loved this book. We've talked about it in a long story short.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Good pickup. Whoever grabbed that seems like a good pickup.
Beautiful gray tone cover.
Yeah, it's painted.
Mm-hmm.
The vibe on this thing looks way ahead of its time. This is a great book.
Looks like a good deal. All right, look at this cover here. Brenda Starr. Yeah, did we ever talk about this?
No, but I fucking okay.
Okay.
I was trying to buy this book. There was a beat up copy on eBay, and Dino hits me up. He's like, "Hey man, check this out." And it was on the Hip Comic. Is that the website?
Yes. Yes.
So I reach out to the seller. I'm like, "Hey, I'm interested in this book. Do you have any flexibility on the price?" and then they delisted immediately. They just took it
Oh
off.
shit!
Yeah, I would have bought this thing in a fucking heartbeat if I had seen it for $256. God damn.
When did this thing? Okay, when did this fucking thing end? I hate. Yeah. Okay. Have you noticed? There's like some copies of Amazing Fantasy 15 that have been selling for like dirt cheap, relatively speaking. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, I've seen a couple pop up because I was my middle kid. He loves Spider-Man, and he's
Yeah.
like, "Dad, when are you gonna buy an AF-15?" And I was like, "These go for crazy money." I looked them up, and I'm like, "Wait a minute, these aren't. This isn't so bad."
Yeah.
Yeah, man, this is for 250. I am so fucking mad. I would have bought that book in a second.
So it ended on Friday at 5:20. So probably add 3 hours Eastern time.
God damn.
Huh.
That's a great book.
But that's a great, yeah, man. For this to sell this cheap, this speaks to so this is after 26 bids.
I would have gone easily 100 more on that, and probably more.
Okay.
I would have gone 350 to 400 on that.
Gosh darn it. So Brenda Starr, number 2, or volume 2, number 3 from 1948. Great cover.
That book, hold on, I'm gonna pull it up. Give me 1 second. I think that book is actually pretty low census too. That was number 3, right?
Volume 2, number 3, yeah.
1948, the year keeps coming. Yeah, 31 on the census.
31. What's the highest?
Shockingly, a 9.6.
Okay.
That's why I like romance, because they rarely ever get that high. Like romance peaks at like on a good day 7.5, more likely a 6.5.
Yes. All right. Next up, Ultimate Fallout 4. So this is still polybagged. And so this copy sold for $282.
Yeah, well, that's a good pickup. I listen, man. I think Miles, you got the whole new generation of characters, but I think Miles is legit. Like his game was cool. Like he's pretty cool. Like I would, if you want to spec on a character, I think this, like if you can get this book for under $300, like it's probably not a bad bet. Honestly, I really like the 1 in 25. I know people are going to laugh at me, but like if you look at the scarcity of that book relative to like an AF-15, it's like it's so much harder to come by than an AF-15. And I'm not saying he's Peter Parker. He clearly isn't. But like, you know, that's probably not the worst bet in the world. Because if they pull him off well, because like, I mean, keep in mind, like that that animated movie killed it. Like, you know, the dude, he's got some appeal. Like, I just think that's probably not a bad play. And everybody's like so burnt out on it. Like, it's probably the right time to step in.
It feels like a lot of people are burnt out on like the new character spec, but
yeah, because a lot of them aren't that cool, right? You know what I mean? Like, so many of them are just kind of, right? Like, there's just nothing to them.
And we thought the MCU would do something with those characters, and they didn't. They dropped the ball. And so I think this is probably the last hope. And I really think that Marvel, if they bring him into the live action universe, they'll do it right. I'm pretty sure they will.
I think they will. Like, I really do. And I think they're waiting on that. Like, I don't think it's necessarily going to pull everybody else with them. But like, Miles and Spider-Gwen, like those two, I think are probably, and it's funny, Spider-Gwen is selling more from Miles now in many cases for whatever reason, but I think those are reasonably good bets. But Ultimate Fallout 4 at these prices, probably not a bad buy. We'll see. And I mean, maybe this book was ticked to hell, but if it's anything like approaching a 9.8 candidate, like, this book is, let's put it this way, this book is not rare by any means, but if you compare it to like an ASM 300, Like it's a hell of a lot more scarce than that book, and that book still goes for crazy money.
All right. Next up, okay, so we have Giant Comics Editions number 6. So Dino and I, we were talking about this book over last summer. So this is a Matt Baker cover, and so it from what I understand, it's basically a bunch of books that didn't sell. Like they got them back and just like jammed them together and slapped that cover on it.
Hmm.
But so this sold for $300, and I've seen price tags on this for a hell of a whole lot more. So
I would have bought this for $300, man.
Yeah, that's a really good price for that. So I'm so you're lamenting the Brenda Starr. I'm lamenting the Western Picture Stories. But yeah, good cover, and especially for Matt Baker. And damn, I wish I'd seen that. Definitely would have got it. All right, because we were at a convention and saw it, and they wanted like 400, right? And this was back in August. So convention season had, I think, damn near ended, and then we had to, see them in that same seller had it again, like however many months later, but they basically tripled the price on it because they realized what it was. All right. Okay, so next up is Punisher number 1 in 25. So this is from 2011. So we had 2 copies that sold this week, for one for 90 and the other for 100. So this is also the first appearance of Rachel Alves, who is Punisher's ally. She's like I guess female Punisher.
Yeah, no. I always thought this book should go for more, right? A Neil Adams cover. He has a few. I mean, obviously that Daredevil is the big one.
Mm-hmm.
I just felt this book should always go. I guess it's more plentiful than I thought, but I don't know. I just felt this book should go for more.
Oh shit! And the Ghost Rider, Neil Adams, Daredevil, and Ghost Rider.
Oh, the
Both
Ghost
go for
Rider.
a lot. Yeah. So I'm like, why not this one? What the hell?
Yeah, man. This one just never caught the fire for whatever reason.
Yeah. All right. Next is The Crow number 1, sold for $561. Do you have a copy of this?
I don't have this. I don't. This is a great book, though. I appreciate this book.
I had a copy.
You had it, or you have it?
Had it. Yeah. Sold it off. I think I sold it. It was like a bundle where you get that and Caliber Press number 1. You just kind of get it all together. I like bundles. I like selling in bundles. But all right. Next up, didn't we talk about this book, House of Mystery?
Yeah, man.
64?
I love the girl in the tube trope on comics. Never gets old for me. Like, it's one of my favorites. This is awesome.
Okay, so there's something about the colors on this that it just feels different. You know what I mean? It's just something about it. It has a real sci-fi feel to it. So this House of Mystery 64, this CGC 7.5 sold for $600.
I love it. I don't have this book. I'd buy as many of these as I can when I come across them, but yeah, I don't know what it is about the era, but there was a thing. There was a thing back in the day about sticking a girl in a tube and doing like scientific experiments on her.
Mm-hmm. I found my copy. I think mine is probably like a fine -, but I did find it. All right. Crime
Listen, I don't hate all silver. I think, please don't take that away. That was not my point. Just like the silver everybody loves is just at a price level that doesn't make sense for me. So,
you know what? The superhero DC silver isn't that appealing, but shit like this,
super appealing.
The House of Mystery, and even like the romance stuff, Silver Age romance is way more appealing.
Yeah, totally.
Mm-hmm. All right, crime suspense stories number 22, a 2.0 sold for 3,400.
Yeah, obviously this is a for many the EC horror book to have. Like the very top of the. It's not mine. Mine is I'm going blank on the number where he's killing her in the boat. That one's more
Yeah.
brutal to me because it's actually going on. This is like after it's happened,
Yep.
but this for most people, I would say this is the very top of the list.
The horror book, the horror
Yeah.
suspense book. Okay, now this is a book that I actually have. Batman 251 in a 9.4. I have a CGC 9.4 of this book.
Yeah, I mean this is a great book. So this is Neil Adams again. This is where we get the Joker that we all know and love, right? This is that version of the character. So, like, if you're a Joker fan, like, this is a must-have, in my opinion.
1,000%. And for whatever reason, finding one in this exact grade was really tough. So when I saw it and I saw a sale for it, so this sold for $3,100. To me, that's low. I wouldn't sell
It's
mine.
still respectable though, man.
It's definitely respectable, but I don't know. I just wouldn't sell mine for that much, for that little. It feels like it's respectable, but it feels like it should be more. There's more potential there.
Yeah, I mean it's an important book, for sure.
Like the classic cover designation isn't enough. It should be first modern Joker. That should be on the label.
They should definitely designate that because this is acknowledged in the Three Jokers that this
Right.
This is the one, right?
Yes. Yeah. This is the okay. So in the Three Jokers miniseries, which was really disappointing, it was revealed that the Three Jokers were you had the Golden Age, the Silver Age clown, and then you had this one. And the Silver Age and the Golden Age Joker, they both died in that miniseries. And who was left is that Joker. So he's the only one that survived. And I don't know. It just feels like it should be going for more. This is a first appearance. This is an outright first appearance.
I really believe so. Like, and I think if the community accepts that at some point, like this book definitely has upside. If people say, you know what, this is the one. So we'll see. Hard to say.
All right. So let's get into a proper slideshow.
I love this freaking book. And it's gotten completely out of reach. Like I always thought I'd get this book, and it's really fucking taken off.
I'll send you a link. Hopefully. I'll send you a link.
Yeah, if you guys don't know, this is when they were trying. The Captain America series was dying, and they tried to save it, and they tried to save it going horror, and this is the direction they went. Sorry, Carter.
I'm sending you that link. Let's see what you. Oh my god, even that's expensive for the condition.
Yeah.
Okay. Captain America Comics number 74. This is a Martin Nodell cover and art. Yeah, just like Ben said, in order to save Cap in the series, because the war is over. He's outlived his usefulness. It's like, what do you do with Cap? And you just throw him into some weird shit. But okay. But I think these are just as do you find these just as appealing as the war covers?
In some ways, a little bit more. Only because it's so weird. You know what I mean? Like there's just something about these. And the book wasn't selling well at the time. So these weren't, orders were way down. This wasn't selling like the old one. So they're in some ways much harder to get.
Okay. All right. 96 total on the census, the highest being a 9.2, and qualified grade is all the way down at 2.5. Okay. And then you have the highest resto, purple label, is a 7.0, All right, let's take a look. Okay, so we had a a
This is what I'm
CGC.
fucking saying, dude. 11 grand for a 3.5. Fucking hey.
And did you check out the link that I sent?
Yeah, no, I did. Now, at first I'm like, oh, that's a lot. Now I'm like, wait a minute.
I know, right? But yeah, this one, yeah. So this 3.5. I mean, it is a blue label, so and it looks pretty damn solid. So I'm not mad at it. But it's a little too rich for my blood. But okay, so okay, you compare this to a 3.5 wartime cover, and we're not seeing 11 grand, are we?
No, not at 3.5s. No.
No. Okay. That's just what I thought.
This book has taken on a life of its own. Yeah, Derek, I'm with you, man. Like, I always thought I'd be able to get hands on one of these, and bye-bye.
Mm-hmm. All right. I can't find the listing for it, but that's weird. Okay. Next up, I'm pretty sure there's so much to say about this, but yeah, very expensive. And just I guess you call this mystery horror now. All right, next up, Negro Heroes, number 48, featuring Jackie Robinson. So 1948, that's the magical date again.
I don't know what it is. There have already been a couple of books on tonight, 48 and 52. Maybe it's just like when I see it, it registers more than it should. Mm-hmm. But like I feel like those years just keep showing up for whatever reason, those 2 years. More so than others.
Okay, 64 total on the census, with the highest being a 9.2. So so this I think it only ran for a couple of issues, but like it says in the title, it's just like basically Black History, the comic book. And so highest being a 9.2 on the census, 2 of them. And take a look at this. A 6.0 CGC 6.0 sold for $2,070.
So this doesn't surprise me. In some ways, I think this is low because this is one of those classic crossover books. Like, Jackie Robinson is obviously a legendary baseball player. I just feel like, the sports card market is huge, that, some of those guys are coming in and maybe buying this book.
Absolutely. This is the type of book that I would have expected to see like at the National somewhere.
Yeah, totally.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
100%. Yeah, it has just so much crossover appeal to it, and this price totally makes sense, and it's of its time too. It's in 1948, that time when Jackie Robinson was playing. So yeah, this one is this price makes complete sense.
Actually, I mean, that's probably not a bad buy. $2,000 for this thing, if you're thinking long term, less than 100 on the census. Like, this is probably a pretty smart pickup.
For sure. Next up, Crime Reporter number 2 from 1948. Look at this. Have we ever talked about this on Long Story Short?
I mean, you and I don't think we've ever had it. Probably because I want this book, I didn't put it on the show. But I mean, I've talked about. I'm sure we've talked about it, but yeah, maybe not on any of the shows. But this is great, and honestly, the next one is also great, number 3, which doesn't get talked about as much as this one, but it's also a big book.
This is a wonderful cover, man. You got the all black, which I'm pretty sure would be impossible in high grade, especially
your black activist standard is not going to hold up on this book, Carter. I'm sorry.
I'm pretty sure it won't, but that's okay. That's okay. Look at this lingerie cover. You got the woman in peril. Look at that. Like, this is another. This doesn't fully feel like a Matt Baker cover though. I think it's Matt Baker in another artist working on this cover.
I mean, sometimes they get other guys to ink these things, and it makes it feel a little bit different,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah, great colors on it. Another great composition. So she's a starlet.
And this is another 1948 book, right?
Oh my God, yeah. That special date. That special date in Golden Age history. Look at that. Yeah, this thing is like it. This thing tells this cover already tells the story before you even open the book. That's what I love about it. Okay, 53 total on the census. The highest being a 9.4. Then you got a 9.2. So there are quite a few high grade copies here, or that have graded at high grade.
Yeah, I think the crime stuff of the time was just looked
Mhm.
more after than the romance stuff. You know what I
Yes,
mean? So that's why you see that.
but it's only 53, so it's
No,
less
it's a
than
great
60.
census. A great census. This book is awesome.
All
I've
right.
come close so many times to pulling the trigger on this book.
Okay, so what kept you from it? Was it the price or just like the overall grade?
I don't know, man. You know how you get into these things sometimes, and the price gets bid up, and you get sucked into it, and the price gets bid up, and you want nothing to do with it. I just think that like the price always got to a point where I was just like, I'm out. You know what I mean?
I got you. All right, so this raw copy here sold for $750. Let's see what's doing. That looks like paint.
Through her hand there, definitely looks like a color touch, dude. No, is that the wall?
No, that's the wall. That's the wall. Do you remember like when you look at comics from the 80s and then like you'll see like there's supposed to be something of color and then they have a black background and
Mm-hmm.
you just see where they
Yeah,
just didn't have to like color in the lines but it still showed in the print, you know what I mean?
yeah.
So that's the case here. Damn, look at that, another gammy Baker.
Does this
Okay, Baker.
yeah, I like the covers where his signature shows up.
Hmm.
It's not always the case. I say it's more often than not the case, but
This look
I would say
700.
this. Listen, this is not a knock, but if you go back to her face, it doesn't. You know, he tends to be a bit more refined. You know, with his faces, and this one feels a little off for some reason.
Hmm. Yeah, it's he puts a lot of detail into anatomy. Yeah, it feels I mean, it's a great cover. Just a little bit off. Just a little bit off. But it looks solid enough. Oh, look at that. Look at that panel.
It's awesome, man. These internal panels, man, back in the day. I mean, so obviously Baker for sure, but like if you go to Steven's panels, the reason the dude couldn't put out any comics is that every fucking panel looks like a cover. I mean, the detail he put into his internal panels is nuts.
Hmm. First page, 3 panels. Look at that.
It's
All
awesome.
great. All great.
Beautiful.
But I mean, this is relatively solid. I mean, with the exception of here, that kind of this throws me off right here. This little, I don't know if it's paint or color lift,
Oh,
but other than
that's
that,
not part of the cover, man. It almost looks like it's part of like meant to be there.
yeah,
Yeah, that's interesting.
this look $750 worthy to you.
I probably would have passed on it, but
I understand. Okay.
it's not to say anything about how cool the book is. I'd probably just
All right. What's next? But beautiful cover. Love this. Banana tits.
oh great cover. Great cover. Hey man, give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna be right back.
You got it. All right. Next up, Suspense Comics number 8. This is beyond class. This is like super classic. So this is from 1945, and it is an L.B. Cole cover. All right. I'm not quite sure what the scene is here, but it's weird, it's wacky, and yeah, it piques my interest. Great colors on it. Great colors and great composition. I like saying that word. All right. Let's take a look at the census here. So 74 total on the census. The highest being the 9.2. I wonder when this book came into its own. I wonder when this book got started getting really expensive. So we have a 9.2, a 7.5. Wow, so it's a pretty steep drop. So you go from 9.2 to 7.5, 7.5. Okay. All right. Okay, so we had a raw copy sold for $3,000, and it was a best offer from 4,000. Wow. I want to take a look at this thing. Hold on. Do I have the listing yet? So let's see what's doing. Oh, baby. What say you guys? This thing worth okay, so this Suspense number 8 sold for $3,000.
This is such a great book, man. God, it pains me a little bit. This is Cole, right?
Yep. Oh, yep.
Yeah, this is a beautiful book. Ugh.
I'm wondering why.
I love the colors on this thing. I love everything about it. Yeah, I'm not surprised. $3,000. I don't want to see it because I'm hoping to get this book one day. But what is the sense? Did you pull up the census on this?
Yeah, it was 74, with the highest being a 9.2.
Okay, 74 more than I would have expected from this era. But God, yeah, man, this book is awesome. I would love to have this.
Oh, for sure. I'm dropping money on a cover with a ghost spider of death. I'd rather have Startling Terror Tales since red pops more. Plus, it's more violent. I understand.
I hear you. I just like the three colors that I've always loved are when you put yellow, red, and blue together. I don't know what it is. Like, they just pop, and yeah, this is great.
Got the girl. I'm take a look at the back. I mean, it looks solid. So
yeah, it's not bad at all.
Look at that. No detachments so far.
What's the number on this again? Suspense. I just want to look at it.
Number 8. Yeah.
Suspense 8. Yeah. I'm just curious what the high grades of this move for.
I want to take a look at the centerfold. What does the centerfold look like? If we can find it.
Wow. What do you think the 9.2 went for?
Ooh. I'm going to say not quite $100,000, but probably close.
70 in September 2021.
Damn.
It's a good guess.
Woo. See, I thought I was being high, but damn. No. Okay, so let's assume that the centerfold is attached. Let's take a wow, look at that. The staples are no cover detachments.
Where do you put this? If you had to, are you putting this at like a 2.0, 3.0?
Okay, if there's no detachments, I would say 3.5.
3.5. Okay.
Yes, I'd give this a 3.5.
All right. So a 3.5 sold in April of 2023 for $5,000. So it's
Okay.
with that in mind, that's a pretty good pickup, right? You said it was $3,000 for that one.
Man, if it were 2,500, probably. Seeing that it sold for 5 in that grade.
Right.
You know
so if
what
we
I mean?
take Liger at 2.5, right? So it's a big drop. At 2.5, there's not a 2.5 on here. A 2.0 sold, just for context. A 2.0 sold for $2,000 in April of 2024. So
I say, no, what were you gonna say?
You got to be pretty confident on your grading, right? Because that's a pretty big difference between, call it a 2.0 and a 3.5.
Okay. The only reason why I say 3.5 is because I've seen 3.5s. I had a 3.5 that looked worse than this. So
I mean, this back cover is sharp.
yes, that probably will.
That helps a lot, right?
Yeah, but that looks great. That honestly, it looks a lot better than what I imagined it would look like just by digging into
it's
it.
a great book, man. I'm jealous. So.
Another Matt Baker, Teenage Temptations, number 4 from 1953. It's not, it's an interesting scene. It's not like overly dramatic, but
these grow on me though. Like every year, these grow on me a little bit more. All of these Bakers, like just these situational type things, man. Like they get better and better.
If you're in a jam, well, some anyway tonight can be. If you're, I'll try to read it.
Yeah, look at the census, man. This is a classic. This is what we're looking at right here is a classic romance census. High grade is 6.5. You say time and time again. 17. God damn it. This is awesome.
If you're in a jam, we'll slip away tonight and be married. This is a nice little slice of life cover with bazongas, with tits. All right.
So he knocked her up, basically, is what we're...
So this is they're in a trailer park.
So I'm going to say right now, this is the low-hanging fruit in the hobby. A 3.5 at 650 for this. If you look at some of the other books we're talking about,
yes,
like this should be a must-buy for anybody at these prices. For me,
I just want to take a very quick look at this. I don't want to dwell on it, but okay. So this is a 3.5, and this doesn't look too dissimilar to that Suspense 8.
Yeah, good point. I think the black on that Suspense 8 makes it look worse than it is. Right? Because it just shows so much more, obviously. This is a great pickup.
Yes. That's great. Love it. Next up. Okay, so now we're into the modern age. And G.I. Joe, America's Elite from 2006. So this is Devil's Due Press. There's a handful of Devil's Due Press G.I. Joe books that go for a little something, and this might be one of them. So this is the 1 in 200 Stefano Caselli and Danielle Rodoli variant.
Think about this for a second.
Sure.
In 2006, I just context. Devil's Due putting out a 1 in 200 ratio book. Like none of that makes any fucking sense.
Not at all. It's weird. It's like it's just like they're when you have publishers that put out like these inexplicable ratios on books, 1 in 200 for just a random number 11.
It's just it, man. Like, it doesn't make any friggin' sense.
Okay. So 18 total on the census.
And keep in mind, 2006. Right? This is beyond. This is like pre-variant age, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, who is going to be reaching for this? Because people weren't paying crazy money for ratios at that point in time. You know what I mean? So no retailer probably felt the need to go above and beyond to get this thing.
I know, right? Yeah. No, that makes yeah. What you said was Trailer Park Love. Yes. But yeah, this was well before that. Okay, so ratios really caught on probably by the 2010s, early 2010s. So this
It
is
was
like
later, I'd say, because that's when you started to see Marvel doing them more regularly, but they
Mhm.
didn't really start to catch on until like the tail end of that, like 13, 14, 15, it feels like.
I would say probably by that, you would say by the Marvel Now era,
Yeah,
that's when things kind of caught on.
I think
So this
that's
was
right.
like, at least,
This is almost a decade before that. Not quite, but
yeah. Okay, so let's take a look at the price. So a 9.8 sold for $548 after 54 bids.
that seems, honestly, this seems like actually a reasonable buy.
That's what I was thinking. For such a low ratio. And you got Snake Eyes on the cover. But what was the point that I wanted to make? Oh, so another Devil's Due book is that the G.I. Joe number 21, the Michael Turner. I'm trying to think of other Devil's Due G.I. Joes that actually go for something. But
I mean, there's some in there. I can't. I'm so freaking tired. Now they're coming to mind, but like,
Ultimate Fallout 4 swipe this cover. No lies told. No lies told there. But what were you gonna say?
no, I just said that was funny. The this is predates Ultimate Fallout 4, but
But yeah, this looks good, and yeah, I can't think of any other like Devil's Due books that actually go for anything. And this also speaks to auctions, auctioning off very scarce things, rare things.
yeah, I wouldn't do it in this market unless it's got a lot of eyes on it for whatever reason. I wouldn't do it.
Just set your price and let it sit. You'd be better off. Metal Gear Solid number 1. So this is the 1 in 25 Foxhound from this is another ratio from the mid 2000s.
Yeah, I mean, this is like before the game really picked up. So
So this is an Ashley Wood Foxhound variant. This is a cover. Listen, I like Metal Gear Solid, but I've never seen. I've actively looked for Metal Gear Solid comics, but I've never seen this cover before.
Yeah, this is great, man. I don't know this book.
Okay, so 41.
And I love Ashley Wood.
Yeah, something like the art. It's something almost rudimentary about Ashley Wood's art, but it's also it has something to it though.
Yeah, there's just an energy and edge to it.
Yeah, energy. Yes. He also did. Oh gosh, I want to say the covers for this book called Lore. That just simple covers, but they're effective and they look good. But 41 total on the census, 31 9/8, one signature series 9/8, and a raw copy sold for $200.
Damn. I think that's probably not a bad buy, man. Like Ashley Wood has a collector base. Metal Gear has a collector base. Like that's not a bad. Like if I saw this book out in the wild, I'd have to think long and hard about passing this thing up.
For 200 ish, or how about 150?
if I saw it for 200, I'm trying to get it for 100. The guy's probably
Mhm.
laughing at me, but I'm going to try. Um, but yeah, this is also strikes me as a book that you could also find probably for 15 or 20. Right? Some dealer just doesn't know what they've got.
Exactly. Yes. That's the hope. But honestly, but I've never seen this cover before, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, no,
I'm
I'm either. I'm not for. We should throw this on for Thursday.
okay. All right. Next up, Incredible Hulk #4. This is a book that I've been after forever. So this is the 1 in 50 Mike Del Mundo Venomized variant. This is from that mythic Venom variant run of 2012. All right. Well, 111. I don't know why that seems low to me. 111 total on the census, 34 9/8, 10 signature series 9/8, and a 9.8 sold for $699.
Yeah, so we've talked about this book before. I've
Mm-hmm.
still never seen this book in the flesh.
Never.
I've
I would
never seen
say this book and the Invincible Iron Man are probably these two. Those two are probably, I would say, probably the most expensive in my
it.
opinion,
Yeah,
from what I'm seeing, and really the hardest to find.
yeah. I've never ever come across this thing,
Mm-hmm.
or the Invincible Iron Man for that matter.
And I would say, aside from the ASM Mary Jane Venom variant, it feels like it's like in its own little bracket. But
Yeah,
then, like this Hulk and the Iron Man are kind of like the next tier.
yeah. I want to do a show just on sort of like the next tier. We all know sort of like the A players, but the guys,
Yes.
because there's a bunch of books that are moving their way up to that A tier, and
Mm-hmm.
I'd put this in that category.
Yes.
Right? I'd put that Tim, Luke Cage in that category. Like there's a bunch of books I'd put in that about
Emerging.
superstar status. Like they're famous, but they're about to hit that next level.
Almost there. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Next up, Hack Slash Suicide Girls Annual #1. So this is the cover D Tim Seeley variant. I was surprised at this price, honestly.
Dude, all of these from this now are going for something.
Uh-huh.
Like every one of them from this Suicide Girls Annual are starting to go for something.
All of them. So
Right.
because I thought like the big winner was the ass cover.
Yeah, it was for the longest time.
Yeah.
But even the cover A is going for something now.
Mm-hmm. But those are covers that I never see ever.
I found the cover A somewhere. I gotta dig it out. I don't even know which box it's in. I found cover A not that long ago. I've got it, but that's the only one I've ever found. And I look at Hack Slash stuff all the time.
Yeah, same here. It dude, Hack Slash shit is so fucking scarce.
It's all over the board. Like there's some really awesome books you think should go for something, they'll go for shit, and there's some that go for crazy money.
Yeah. All right, 8 total. 8 total on the census, with the highest. Okay, 2 9/8, 1 signature series 9/8. That's wild.
It's crazy. Yeah.
Damn. Okay, look at this. This raw copy sold for $350.
Are you fucking kidding me? $350. Holy
Dude,
shit.
that overtakes the ass cover.
Does it?
Yes, because I think the ass cover is going for about like 150.
Holy
at this point.
Shit. Wow.
Go figure. Wow. That's wild.
I never thought I'd see the day where ass is going out of style.
I'm just as shocked when I saw this and saw the price, because I figured, oh, maybe they got like half for that. No, they got the full $350.
Damn.
Mm-hmm. I'm not mad at it. I just like to find a copy. All right. Teen Titans number 88. This is a book I think I have. I think. I
I
don't know
think
if
you
I
do because you put this on Long Story Short way back. And I thought you were telling me you had this.
Yeah, I don't remember selling it. So I think I still have this. But I haven't come across it lately while I was like digging through my own long boxes. But this is a 1 in 10 Adam Hughes variant featuring Wonder Girl, Cassandra, Raven, and Ravager.
I like Ravager.
Love Ravager. I don't know. I thought she was gonna like really hit big
I
at
just
some
don't think
point.
DC ever leaned into her quite hard enough. I mean, they gave her a couple of books recently. What was it, like that nightmare shit that was going on?
Mm-hmm.
They gave her a couple of books, but I don't know. I just don't think they ever quite gave her the love she needed.
I remember in that like that early 2000s time period, or whenever she like appeared, like I thought she was gonna be like she was really gonna hit, but
I still buy her first appearance whenever I see it. You can find them for nothing, but
Deathstroke 15.
well, that's Rose, but she shows up as Ravager in Teen Titans number 9. I want to say.
Yeah, I believe so. Let me see.
Well, so she shows up in an end of last panel, but for DC books like that carries the weight as the first. Then I think it's issue 10. She shows up more frequently, and then she gets her first cover on that Wizard.
Yes, that Wizard exclusive. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, these things. Yeah, it's really cheap.
So
Very
that's
cheap.
her first full, but
Mm-hmm.
DC doesn't ever put any weight in that. It's the one before with Raven on the cover. That's her. She shows up in the last panel.
Teen Titans Wizard Ravager. Let's see. Yeah, this one right here. I
That's her
definitely
first
have this.
cover. Yeah.
This book doesn't go for a damn thing.
I always thought it would go for more, man.
Yeah, I thought this thing would be. Yeah, another book that I thought would hit. So you said number 8.
I guess it's number 8. Yeah, that's the one with Raven. That's her where she shows up in the last. Yeah, that's the one.
Oh yeah, I remember.
She shows up in the last page of this one.
Yeah. I mean, all of these are gettable.
I got a couple of newsies of that I've grabbed, hoping maybe one day they turn into something. We'll see.
That's Cassie Sandsmark. That's the new Wonder Girl for the time. But yeah, great cover. And I don't know, this feels like for an Adam Hughes cover, and especially for an Adam Hughes cover from 2010. So to me, this is like the sweet spot for Adam Hughes.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is obviously when he did Losh 23 in this era.
Mhm. So I'm surprised. Well, let's take a look. All right, so 2 copies sold this week. You had a 9.8 copy that sold for $180, and then you had a raw copy that sold for $105. I don't know. Probably it feels like it should go for more, especially with the popularity of number 75. I'm
Yeah,
not saying it should. It probably should be like maybe half that at least.
I think the issue with this maybe could be when you first look at it, it doesn't scream Hughes until you really look at it. I don't think. I think that's the issue with this book, right? Because obviously Hughes is one of, if not the most collected modern artist, and I just think like at first glance you don't see him until you really start looking at it.
I got you. Yeah. But nevertheless, great cover. And we're done.
All right.
Okay. So Tuesday we might have Tuesday's Tales from the Flip Side. And then Thursday on Nearing Nerdvana. If you like this, comic book talk here, then check out Nearing Nirvana, Thursday night. It's me, Mr. Longshort, and a few others talking about rare comics, cool covers, and the like on Long Story Short. And we should circle back here for another Hot Book Alert Live.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah. Great show tonight. Thanks for everyone for tuning in. There's a lot of other shit you could be watching. So the fact that you're here, it means a lot, man. So
yeah, I definitely appreciate it. And thank you so much for the super chats. Heroes Reborn and Alex, thank you so much. And I got to go sleep.
Me too, man. I am freaking spent. So
all right, brother.
We will see you guys sooner rather than later.
All right, everybody.